on what the new Apple coming out, what they said they get coming out of the Apple glasses.
The introducing Apple Vision Pro.
Yeah, haven't come out yet. Projectingly is next year, but it's like $3,500. So we'll see if the advertisement.
I don't even want to pay $100 for my prescription glasses.
I mean, it's Apple. You have your Apple device, so.
Wait, but that costs more than what other
laptop?
Yeah.
And desktop, yes, 100%. So.
Okay.
You got into the Apple ecosystem.
I want to see the hype. Okay, let's go.
Oh, before that, don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure you have comment for us. Leave it down below.
Let us know if you'd spend $3,500 on a pair of glasses that aren't prescription lenses. Are they prescription lenses?
No, but I hope it will convince you.
They're not useful if I have to wear contacts on top of use them, and they're glasses.
Good to know.
Says no IT person ever.
Good to know.
Okay.
Introducing Apple Vision Pro. The era of spatial computing is here.
Oh my god. How do you like the look? It looks like a fish tank. Apparently the cable cannot be unplugged. Like you so.
Oh, you have to have the cable. They're not even wireless. Like they have to have the cable. What does it plug into?
I don't know. Outlet.
Okay, continue. Wait, where's that cable?
When you put on...
I like how they try to avoid showing you that where the cable is going.
That's so obvious.
Do you notice?
Though.
Like it goes into somehow goes into the couch. Where does it go? Is there an outlet in that couch? Is there an outlet that goes... So many questions.
The Apple Vision Pro, you see your world and everything in it. Your favorite...
You're just looking in the same room that you're at.
Let me rephrase that. This is not a VR headset. This is our AR. So it's like a mix with like your.
So it's artificial What do you mean?
Augmentation reality. It means that you're.
You mean augmented reality?
Yeah. Have you played what's that? Pikachu? What's that? Something Go.
Pokemon Go.
That's exactly like you will see a Pikachu on the table and such. So that glass is projecting what you see already in the real life and also what they created. So it's not really entirely VR.
Okay.
Favorite apps live right in front of you, but now they're in your space.
You know what this... Sorry, we keep pausing, but this reminds me of that show.
I didn't know any sci-fi show that you have to wear glasses to do anything.
No, it's not glasses. They have contacts in their eyes and they can actively turn them on, and then you see things that are being artificially, like augmented reality in front of you. But it's like you can see brothels and stuff like that, people selling drugs that are offering it on the black market. What is that show called? It was so good. It was beautiful.
You just provide some idea to the hackers to sell drugs on the internet. What the fudge?
Oh, altered carbon. Where it's like they teach, what they do is it's like thousands of years in the future, and you can basically live forever as long as you have a stack embedded. So basically like a hard drive embedded into your neck, and then you can switch it into different bodies.
I don't think that has...
And live... No, but not this, but in the advanced technology, the guy's walking around and he has things in his eyes and he looks around because he had been on ice for a really long time, and then he comes back. I really need to rewatch it because I loved it. I watched it like 4 times. Like this.
I need to.
Show.
Now I'm
it's
like
so interesting. No, it was such a good. Oh my god, it was such a good sci-fi show, and the technology so fascinating and really realistic. Like holy shit, like I would want to live in a world like this. And you know, normally I don't say that. Normally I say this shit's stupid.
You said AI is stupid.
Yes. Well, it's no. It was like it's not that it's stupid. It's like this isn't smart to do. But what is it called? And the way the guy was describing Bing as an amazing search engine.
Oh, from our previous episode. I know judgment.
We'll link it up here
Somewhere
for you guys to see. But no, it's the guy was walking around because he was hallucinating and on a bunch of drugs. And he was looking around and he could see the advertisements in the augmented reality of the brothels around that he could go into and where to go.
I have to check it out. I couldn't imagine how that guy looked like.
I'll show you after this.
Yeah, sure.
This is Vision OS, Apple's first ever spatial operating system.
What does spatial mean?
Like space that you're around, like the area around you.
It's familiar yet groundbreaking.
Is it?
You navigate with your eyes.
I mean, if they did this accurately and it's actually seeing where you're articulating your
Thought?
not your thought, but like where your vision, focusing on, I guess it's fascinating. And they have to start somewhere. This is the glasses portion. I told you about the lenses portion, where the lens will augment the reality that you're in.
Google Glass been years ago, and then they finally come out, like Apple finally come out their own version of glass. So I don't know. I feel, but back then got a lot of backlash because piracy problem, because the camera can embed it on the glass.
Oh, fascinating.
But technology can be fast advanced if nobody get judging, but you still also need people to
regulate it.
Yeah, you couldn't just not regulate it and people do whatever they want.
But there's someone that's gonna,
I think that might be the core
it.
For you couldn't leave outside your house. So you couldn't do anything outside your house that invading out of privacy. Maybe. I don't know.
It sounds like a chain. Okay.
Simply tap to select, flick to scroll, and use your voice to dictate.
I hate speaking now. I don't want to talk. I want known, like any IT person is gonna say this. Like, why? A coworker and I were talking about this the other day. They're like, why do people keep fucking calling me when they can send me an email? Not in a mean way, but it's like, I would, like, it's just like the introvert in you. I would prefer an email. Also, you need the document
record.
You need record when you're working in an office, just to show that there was some form of communication, because it's my word against yours, and at the end of the day, the likely you want something definitive to prove your point. So, from my perspective, I just prefer not speaking. Like, I don't need to talk to get my work done. Life done.
Mostly they have like voice control is for inside a house or your own household setting. For example, it says Siri, turn on the light and such. But I personally did not like it is because they didn't get my accent. Like I was like, Siri, turn on the light. It's like, got it. Something off the light. Oh, shut the I said turn on. O-N, not off. Didn't get it.
I just, if I want to speak, I want to speak for fun. Like, just the act of talking. Because I do talk a lot, and I am pretty decent at speaking. But if I speak, it's for the act of having fun of speaking. If it's to do that, like, scroll down, go to this website. I've been typing since I was like 6 years old. I'd rather be typing.
Instead of telling you to, can you click that? How about you?
Now, if it could read your mind,
yeah, that's the
I wouldn't mind.
That's the difference.
I wouldn't have a problem with that.
That's my argument point when the beginning.
Correction, but what if you have a false thought? Like an exaggerated thought, like, oof, I want to run off the road right now. Or like, oh damn, this this cup looks really good in that person's head.
Yeah, but
and
then
then
you
you
just
have
doing for a computer is not anything able or physical to do.
But you're in an augmented reality, so the people that you're around, you could think about it. Well, they won't know because they can't see what you're looking up. But like, obviously this machinery, let's say this machinery like read your thoughts. It might come up with some gnarly ass shit, and then next thing you know, someone's knocking on your door to arrest you.
I think that's the reason why they don't want to read your mind. Or our technology haven't get to the point that can read your mind yet.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that. There's some weird thoughts I have.
Yeah, me too.
Alright, let's press play.
It's like magic. Apps have dimension, react to light, and cast shadows.
Oh, I can see my headache coming in.
Even though these spatial experiences are happening inside Vision Pro, it looks, sounds, and feels like they are physically there. Foundational to Apple Vision Pro is that
it gives off the sensation. Have you seen there's a monitor that can bend?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I taught you have that monitor, don't you?
VLED.
Yeah.
Like the one that it's
the
like a paper.
VLED or whatever.
QLED, I think. Yes.
QLED? Yeah. For me, it gives me a headache. The roundness of it.
Oh, the curve?
The curve gives me like a migraine right here. Like I'll develop migraine for hours.
They said you need to get used to it. A lot of people, like, you're not born with it. You don't feel the sensation how your focal point is. You have to get used to it for a while.
Yeah, no. I'm not gonna... No. If I have to go through multiple migraines where I'm knocked out for like 10 hours straight just to make it work, I'm good.
I don't think it's meant for you. Meant for people that play games or something.
That makes sense. I mean, but it's meant for as many people as possible, which is why the people that complain about
the price tag is $3,500. You think it's for
what I mean? No, it's not for
everyone.
Everyone, but people into. I like my flat monitors. Is all I'm saying. And this reminds me of the curved monitor. So when you said I feel my headache coming,
yeah. I can see even Oculus. You tried the Oculus for headset. After a second, you're like, "Oh, I like the game. I like everything, but you get me a headache."
Yeah, and I said I also get super dizzy.
Yeah.
Like
you don't know where your headspace at.
But then there's also I have brain problems, like medically. So be that as you will, it may be a part of the problem.
It could be.
We don't know. And
you're not isolated from other people. When someone else is in the
room, they can see you. You can see them. That's the goal. What they try to say. But they
they're gonna see you with that stupid shit on your face and be like,
"That's what I said."
How can I focus on this conversation while you have that dumb shit on your face?
You can see them, and they can see you.
You look like a fish.
Because you're not limited by a display.
I like how they specifically say you're not limited by display, but you're mobily limited. You have to stay attached to the cable. Like the benefit of the Oculus is that you're moving around
without it. But you still have to set your ground, like you don't get out of your bounds.
I can see that this is a start of different advanced technology.
The gaming behind, by the way. Now you know that this household is run by gaming.
This household is run by men.
In fact.
But no, specifically, I lost my train of thought.
You said the space, and you said the technology is trying to get more advanced because
yeah, it's a start.
I feel like Google Glasses was the beginning point. But nobody give the credit of the Google Glasses because they felt so bad.
But then they also didn't try to fix their mistake. They just dropped it.
But that's
that we know of.
Majority big company, like if their crap fail, they just drop and jump into the next project because they have enough money and resource to go for it. It's not big enough of stake for them to keep going.
How about you make enough money and resources to fix the mistake?
Good point.
You could do one or the other.
By the way, I want Google to eventually hire me, so I don't know I should say anything.
I don't care. So you don't have to say anything. I'll speak for myself. And you can just listen to my complaints. I think the thing is that Google could have done something and they could have become more advanced and improved the problems. Like for instance, in security, you don't get a breach and then oh fuck, let's leave ourselves breached.
Yeah, but
you fix the mistake and then you try to improve to prevent it from happening again. So if you have a problem with the product, what did Dyson do? The Dyson company, he made hundreds of different versions of the vacuum until he came up with the vacuum that made him a multi-millionaire and is considered one of the best vacuums and most innovative vacuums on the planet with that fucking ball. So it's do you know which one I'm talking about?
No. Are we gonna do this commercial for them?
No, it's a really good vacuum. They have it's a innovative technology. He takes different things and tries to improve the technology for them.
Oh, you have Sunny. So you do have cash rebate app.
I do. But here, they created a air purifier, supposedly an improved curler, but they go through and he wants to do technology to improve it. And the first thing that made him extremely rich, the first piece of technology he ever created was a vacuum. But he did it hundreds and hundreds of times. He didn't just let it fail and be oh fuck, drop the ball.
For some company, yes. If you're the main CEO, yes. But for a lot of big company, you have a board. You have
No, exactly. Which are people who don't understand technology.
The board.
Yeah. Let's be honest. Most people on
investors
boards,
not.
They don't understand technology in general. You'll tell them oh, we suggest this. But then at the end of the day, they generally will decide whatever they want. Whatever the fucking thing they want to do.
They feel the money is not well worth it if you didn't get them 10 times more. Instead, even though maybe the criteria 5 years later may actually make it a thing, they don't care.
Yeah, they don't see the projectile. They don't see the innovation that could come with it by making improvements, which is fine. That's a choice. But I think it's a huge mistake to constantly be building up these huge projects, pushing a product out, and then when it fails, just dropping it. That's not how you improve anything. When something, you don't teach your kid when they fall, oh, just don't get back up. Just stay on the ground.
100% I agree. I feel if it's only swayed by money in the innovative space, we would never go forward.
That's the issue that, what is it called? Sony was having with, what was it? They're gaming with
PlayStation?
Yeah.
No, Sony is PlayStation.
No. It was Sony.
Xbox?
It was Sony with the game Destiny.
Not so sure, but okay.
There was some competing company and they were arguing with Sony about what would be the best way to improve a game. And Sony preferred, supposedly, I was having a conversation with someone who's really into gaming. They went on for 45 minutes. I didn't even have to say a word. It wasn't painful at all. The guy was really, really nice, actually. He was a very nice man. Older gentleman. Yeah, I was so surprised. I thought he was 38, 39. 51. And he was must be my Filipino genetics. And I was it must be, because you look amazing. I was I was really fucking shocked. I was when he told me that, I was I was shell-shocked. And then I walked him out the door, because it was at work. And then I got into the elevator to go back to my desk. And I was did you just tell me he was 51?
You just bring foes.
I was I do so much shit to my face, and you just.
Some of the people genetically just blessed. That's how I know God didn't love me.
Same. True. But either way, I think that innovation is. I think failure is a starting point.
It requires you keep going.
Exactly. I feel like failing, even after 300-400 times, even if you publish something and it still fails, I feel like it's still a point to improve. Just like someone may not always agree with you. We might always like the technology. But it's a starting point to improve.
Agree? I totally agree. I just don't see much use case on this thing. The personally thinking, I haven't get too much in depth on this.
I think it's the novelty of it all. I think eventually...
What's the novelty of it all?
Like, oh, it's cool. I have these goggles.
You
know, like how you go to...
I have a Chanel.
Yeah. No, seriously. Like when you go to Comic-Con and you like buy something that you think is really cool, it's the novelty of having it.
Oh, I generally really like it though. It's not like something that I was like, oh, it make me feel I have status. That's not how I feel about when I go to Comic-Con to get the stuff. Because I like the art.
But some people might not be purchasing this for status. It depends on each individual what the perspective is. So it's like for you, and maybe for another individual, you know, for you going to Comic-Con may not be about status. It may be about enjoying technology, right? Like purchasing computers sometimes and improving your computer, whether it be a desktop or a PC. Like, the improvement of it can sometimes just be the pleasure of the technology. So, the novelty of it. And just seeing where it goes. Like, some people still have their, their Raspberry Pis, like, back from, like, the 80s. And they still talk about how cool it was when they were doing it.
I mean, right now Raspberry is pretty cool. You can entirely code yourself. Like, I like it to have still restriction on it.
No, but I have a coworker that said that he built something up in like the 80s with his dad. And that he still has it.
Oh,
like
nice.
in his garage. So it's like like sometimes it's like the novelty of having something for like the future, because think about Generation 1 iPhone. Think about how much it's selling now. It's thousands of dollars if it's unopened.
Don't know why. I didn't pick iPhone until last year.
No, but it's literally going for like a shit ton of money.
I mean, people is like nostalgic on this.
Don't look at me, I'm not
Apps